What's up YouTube, this is Tubedigga. Today I'm going to show you how I chop up and process an aim and break in the Akai Mpc Live. So first of all I'm going to load in the aim and break. Let's go to breaks, classics, and get the Winston's Amen Brother. This is the original break. We can check that by going to regions, and as you can see it's not falling on the main transients. It's not detected those perfectly. We don't need to worry about that at the moment. We are going to chop this into 64 regions, and then we're going to go to the program and adjust these start points to get things dead on. So let's convert that. A new drum program using slices, non-destructive, create events, 4 bars, do it. Let's take our BPM up to 175. So we're keeping the same pitch because I really like the original pitch of the aim and break. And now we're at 175 beats per minute. So that sounds good, but what happens when we put the metronome on? Sloppy. So we need to adjust the start points of each of our 64 slices. So let's just time all those up. These bits in between the tails of, so for example on AO3 it's this kick, and that's the second half of that kick. These are important as well. But first of all I'm going to go through and do all the main transients that we can easily see.
All right.
Let's check it out now. So I can hear there's a few double kicks in there that aren't great. And let's have the metronome on to check. Maybe the first 2 banks, some of those double kicks, yeah, like this one might need to come forward a little bit. I'll be surprised if it's not dead on now. Let's put the metronome on. That sounds pretty good. So we've got our 64 slices timed up. We've not changed the pitch, but we've got our sequence at our preferred tempo of 175. Let's bounce out a copy of those 4 bars. And let's go back into our program editor, and now we're going to change the semitones of the entire program, and let's have a listen to that. So we could do other things before we bounce again, like change the filter cutoff for all the pads or individual pads and then bounce that. The list goes on. So now what I would do is chop those into 16 regions. So we've got a bit more to play with on the end of our chops. Convert that. I'm not going to create events. And go to our first bounce there. Chop that into 16 regions. Don't create events. So we can choose whatever chops we want on the first 8 pads. And then we can just simply go in, make sure we're not set to all current, and then change the sample within the different banks. So now we've got the original pitch on the first 8 pads and the lowered pitch on the last 8 pads. it's really important to get those initial chops really nice and accurate, and then you can bounce your sequences out and then further remix them. Please like, subscribe, any comments, questions down below, and I will see you on the next one. This is Tubedigga, and I'm out.